Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Bell. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Yeah, that's right. It is Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. It is 60 seconds after the bell, which means it's time to go beyond the news, beyond the charts, beyond the bell, brought to you by our good friends over at the Blue Sky Trading Company for the clearest path to a live brokerage account. Live trading with Mike every day in the Discord. In this fantastic show, you have no reason to get your accounts, get your brokerage accounts, get your education anywhere. Check us out, bluesky.pro. Okay, how's everybody doing today? Mike, Henrique, Bethany, Tio, Paragon, Raxeth, my man, Saif. I'm probably butchering that. Chris Lampert, Mike. Look at all those MF and bells. Love to see it because we are now beyond the bell. Anyway, guys, it was a tale of 2 days today. Let's get right into it with the big picture. If you think, boy, it seems like Matt's not running on a lot of sleep today, you would be correct. That's a whole different story. But good news is today I kind of got back on it myself. You know, I told you I've been a little off these last couple of days. Just, nothing serious. Nothing, just a little. Kind of rebounded today. Missed one pretty good trade opportunity that I was working on. Stuff for my app, which is coming soon, 2 to 4 weeks. And in the meantime, I did find one really good setup. It was not a great setup, but it was a good setup for me. Really nice 4-figure trade on the day. So I'm happy when one trade and make $1,400 and call it a day and spend the other 4 hours of your day filling out developer agreements and all that kind of stuff. I know how to party. Okay, when you're digging through years of tax documents to find the right approval forms and all of this to prove that I am who I say I am and my business is what I say it is, that I don't know how you have more fun than that. Tax forms, like 32-page developer agreements where you got to check a bunch of. Listen, I know how to party. Don't ever say that I don't. All right. So, yeah. Star Trek. I like Star Wars too. I'm not a sci-fi snob. I just prefer Star Trek. It is what it is, right? It's really grew up on that stuff. Me and a couple of my really good friends that we grew up on. We were Star Trek fans and we played sports. I don't know. That was in the the 90s. That was that wasn't much of a Venn diagram at that point, right? But All right, guys. So as I said, we're gonna look at the 4-hour chart momentarily. Tale of 2 days. All right, so we got our 8:30, 9:30 Eastern open here. Very strong move up right at the open. And then a pretty strong move back towards VWAP, and then we basically turned into the last 2 days, right? So we basically had about 90 minutes of pretty good price action. All right, guys, it's time for confession. Raise your hand. Give me a yes. Give me a 1, something. If you got chopped up after lunch today. You kept trying to force trades. You kept getting chopped up. You got to be honest here. We're honest here. So, hello, Hope, TGCX, Paragon. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Paragon. I appreciate that. You got chopped, yeah. Yeah, the only reason I didn't, guys, is, again, I was wading through a bunch of legal documents. But, and again, after the last 2 days and just really feeling out of it, I hit my first trade really good. And it was just like, at that point, you know what? And guys, technically speaking, all right, I think we're back now. Looks like we're reconnected. Is everything okay? All right, can everybody hear me here? Somebody let me know I'm back. Just say you're back. Otherwise, I got to pull up the YouTube feed myself here. Back. Okay, great. I don't know what happened there. My internet was good. Okay, I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I don't know what something went with the streaming software because I never lost connection on my platform. So, all right, cool. All right, well, hey, such is life, right? You get a little hiccup, you got to rebound and go from there. So, yeah. All right, excellent. Appreciate that, guys. Anyway, So in theory, in trading, guys, every trade should be an island, should be in a vacuum, right? It's a setup. You take your, and more advanced traders will tell you that, you don't put profit caps on your day, right? You don't put, like, say I hit $1,000 and I'm done for the day. Now, the only exception to that is, guys, in evals with consistency rules. Obviously, at Blue Sky, if you have a 25% consistency evaluation, you can get your sign-up fee back when you reach the brokerage, right? So that's an exception to that. But in general, a really good trader will tell you, I'm not going to limit myself to $1,000 a day because I may cost myself a $5,000 day, right? And I've had some days like that, and those are really, really nice days, right? But in reality, from time to time, you got to protect your profits, right? And so for me, coming off, as I said, 2 days, I was just a little off, didn't find a whole lot to trade, and then had a really good setup. About 40 minutes into the market, took it, hit a nice win without. The trade was barely read at any point, and so I'm sitting there, plus 1,400. I'm not going to give any of that back. Okay, now, if something really nice had come along, would I have tried it? Sure, if I wasn't, elbow deep in developer agreements at that point. But at this point, I'm very happy I did what I did, and especially because there weren't many opportunities, right? We got a strong push up from -2 standard deviation off VWAP all the way down here, or close, not exactly right there. And then in about about an hour, a strong push all the way up to +2 standard deviation. Then we kind of came into VWAP, and here we are, right? And it makes sense when you draw the line, kind of a moving average line through here, guys, right? And, sorry, I hit the lip on my desk, right? Strong move up. Again, if this had dipped a little more, that would have made a much more aesthetically pleasing pattern. But basically, as I said, tale of 2 days. Here's the day that we like to see. This crap can go straight to hell, right? And unfortunately, there's a lot of days like this. Guys, this is what, I'm too young to be back in my day or anything like that, but I've been, trading the futures market for pretty consistently for about 5 years, and I was a stock and options trader a long time before that, right? This is kind of how the markets were for the first 5 or 6 years that I got into trading, really before COVID, right? You'd get about an hour to 2 hours of really good movement. Sometimes it's the first hour and the last hour. Sometimes, it's the first 2 hours. And then the rest of the day, there's not a whole lot going on. We don't have a lot of days like we had last week and the week before where there's, it seems like every 20 to 30 minutes, there's a really good trading opportunity available, okay? So, hi, Reginaldo, Eric, Vara Normal, Dragon Vasto. Yeah, make sure you give us some likes, guys. Help get our message out there. So, so that's basically the tale of it, guys. Let's take a look at the 4-hour charts because I think they tell a really good story as well. We'll start here in the ES. Basically, guys, as long as we hold 5,200, which we have, right? In fact, we tested it twice today, overnight, and then into the morning candle, right? Rejected both times. So this is I wouldn't call this a strongly bullish statement, right? But this, again, twice, especially as we were going into the open, right? This was pre-market. This was a little unusual, guys. I didn't see any news specifically, but there must have been some data back here or some European data. But we gave all this up right at the open. It's one of those days I don't quite know what to make of it, right? And we don't necessarily need to. It's always nice to know and have a good idea of what's going on in the markets, guys, and feel like you're really in control. But there's some days, like I could sit here and overanalyze this. I could go read whatever just slop garbage CNBC or Bloomberg or Fox Business or any of those places are putting out. And it would just be a waste of my time. I would rather, and I'm not even kidding, guys. This is not being funny or sarcastic. I would rather bang my head 10 times against this drywall over here than spend 20 minutes reading an article on one of the financial media sites, right? Or watch some show where some guy just smacks buttons around that, buy, sell. Not that I'm naming any names, but yeah. Anyway, Hope, you mentioned 80%, 20% days. When are you going to go over that? I do talk about that a little bit from time to time on the show, Hope, but thank you for the tease. That is a special webinar I am doing in my site tomorrow night. So if you come to our show tomorrow, I will give you the link to sign up for that. It's a free event. It doesn't cost anything. So that will be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, over at TeresiasTrading.com. So I will put that out. No problem, Hope. You're already in there, Hope. I know you're in the guild already. So you just go into the meetup section, click that you're going, and you'll get a little text reminder an hour before the event. Soon, those will all come through my app. I'm really excited about that. I'll tell you guys more about that when it's actually up and running, which they say 2 to 4 weeks. So hopefully by September. Yeah, if anything else, if any of these other companies or anything to go by. I got stories, guys. I'm not going to get into. They have nothing to do with trading. It's in the business end of my site and stuff that I've dealt with in some of these businesses over the years. I got stories on stories about different individuals and things. Some positive too. I've met honestly, I've met some of the best people in my life that are traders or on trading education, like truly, truly good human beings. And I've met the worst people in my life that are in this business as well. And you'd be surprised on some of them, both on the positive and the negative. But yeah, it's I'm doing another event in June. I'll let you guys know about it with the Mad Hedge Fund guys. Those are always entertaining events. It's usually an interesting group of characters that come in there, and I say it in a positive sense. Like they got a good lineup, but it's very eclectic. It's you'll get crypto guys, you'll get futures stuff. It's a little bit of everything. But I always encourage you guys. Just a quick aside here. I always encourage you. We're futures traders, right? It's what we talk about in this show. This is a futures day trading show. But there's never any guys. Honestly, plan. I want you guys to plan like you're going to be super successful in trading. Okay, don't let success sneak up on you. Okay, listen, do I know how long it's going to take you to make your first $500,000, million, whatever? No, I don't know. Could be a year, could be 30. I don't know. But make sure you plan. As some of the best advice I've gotten in my life is make sure you plan for the success that you want to have. Because then, again, when it comes up, you're not caught by surprise. So, like for me, I got my start in small cap stocks, in large cap stocks, and options, right? And do I trade those often anymore? Like, do I do directional option trades, swing trade options? No, I don't. But I learned so much. I have an IRA, like a lot of people, put a little money in there every month, actually every quarter. And I do like sell credit spreads and stuff in there. So guys, learn about that kind of stuff. There's always a great opportunity to take the money that you make and make it work for you, right? It is one of the guys. I know this statement sounds stupid and cruel, but it is legitimately true. You got to have money to make money in this world. I didn't realize the extent of that until I started to, get some money. Not that I was ever destitute, but, working as a teacher and coach for a few years was just not all that lucrative, right? I was able to save some money only because I was a single dude and didn't have any kids, and then promptly donated that money to the markets in my first 6 months of trading. Because it's never too late to plan for the success that you're eventually going to have. I should say it's never too early to plan for the success you're eventually going to have, right? So just a little piece of advice there. I guess that's the lesson of the day. I didn't even pull up the graphic on that. Tio, caught your market briefing on YouTube this morning. Yeah, that's the only time that's going to go on YouTube. Well, I may put one on YouTube from time to time. Tio, that's a feature that's available in my Day Traders Guild, which is a free community. You can just go to TeresiasTrading.com and log into that. I'm not selling anything there. It's just it's a free community. But the crown jewel of that is the morning market briefing. I put a link to that in the Discord, guys. And I'm going to start doing some mini webinars on YouTube as well. Just try to get some more content on that page. One of the really cool things, guys, about doing what I do, and it's one of the reasons I gravitated towards the Blue Sky guys. They're a smaller company. But they're serious. They're very serious in what they do, but also like, we have similar personalities. Sometimes, Josh, Raj, and I'll just, we'll talk on Discord and we'll just BS a little bit and just, blow off some steam at the end of the day, right? Because this is all, anything involving trading is very, very stressful, right? You guys know this. But yeah, it's a, I do this all on my own, right? Like this show, all the graphics, the switching, I after I left the last place that I was at, and it was overall a very positive experience working for TradeStation in that company and their education arm, which is now since shuttered. But at the same time, like I hated having to go through 10 steps of everything to get approved, right? And I remember thinking and going through this, because why do we get into trading, guys? And this is going to be our lesson of the day. Why do we get into trading? Honestly, to make money, to do the things that we do? Sure. Absolutely. Okay. Whoever said money can't buy happiness probably didn't have much money. And money can't buy happiness, but it can certainly take care of a lot of worries, right? I don't have to worry about, again, my girlfriend was just part of a mass layoff at a company, right? And it's a tough job market out there. And she's got a decade of experience in supply chain management, very good reviews everywhere she's been, and it's a struggle right now. But you know what? She's going to make rent, right? Like everything's going to be okay. That we don't have those worries because I'm in a very stable financial position. All right. For other people, that's again, all those worries that would come along with that. Most of them, not all of them, most of them aren't there. Okay. But one of the things I did is I said, this may shock you. Okay. This may shock you. I'm not really good at being told what to do. All right. There may be an occasional problem with authority review in my employment past. Now, it's not like I just push back for the sake of pushing back, right? But it's, I don't have the ability to shut up sometimes. And then that's probably why I end up doing a show like this, not for a living, but for part of a living, right? And so, yeah, we do trade for money, Paragon, but I will tell you this. You know what's way important to me than the money? Or what's the most important thing the money buys for me? Let me say that. Freedom. Okay? Freedom. That's it. Last week when my girl and I took a long vacation, she had to jump through 10 hoops at work to get shifts covered and orders filled and, people to cover this and that and, put in a PTO request and all, and I was just like, I sent an email to my list. That was it. The whole thing took 20 minutes. So yeah, it's the time. It's the freedom. It really, really is. And boy, I can't say that enough. So if you're getting discouraged, I guess the point of all this, guys, if you're getting discouraged at any point, think to that, right? And I have found this is 100% true, guys. I am a huge goal setting guy, right? And maybe my goals aren't always exactly concrete, right? Like I want to do, I have to have this many subscribers or this many course sales or make this much money in my personal account. But there's certain little guideposts that I like to reach and follow. And but in trading, if you're just going into trading, guys, to say I'm just going to make as much money as possible, okay, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that in theory. But I prefer, and I have noticed this when I onboard a client for the first time, when somebody buys a mentorship package from me or something like that, one of the first things I'm going to do with that person, or if they just buy an a la carte one-on-one, right? The very first thing I'm going to do is work on them. We're going to take 10 minutes, and I want to hear their history as a trader. I want to hear what their long-term goals are. Okay. I will tell you this. This is 100% true. This is not. I guess it's anecdotal because you're hearing it from me. But the people that have concrete goals in their trading have a far better rate of success than those that are just saying, I just want to make a bunch of money. Okay. Even if it's something as superficial, I know that, we're traders. We should try to get the Lambo, right? Even if that's your goal, it's not really my kind of car. I drove one once and nearly drove it into a ditch. So I decided it was not for me. But that somebody put their kids through college, right? One guy told me I got two kids, they're 7 and 5. If they want to go to college, I don't want them to be in debt for it, right? Or, I want to, whatever. I want to buy my significant other, my wife or my husband, their dream house, right? Those are the types of people that are going to have more success because they have a concrete thing that they're working towards. So even if you just want to say, and the best one, guys, honestly, is I want to quit my job in the next 3 years, right? Like that's a powerful, powerful thing. And so have a concrete goal, guys, and don't just, hey, I'm here to make a ton of money, right? Don't feel like you need to be successful because when you need to be successful, that's where you run into some trouble, okay? But really just gear up towards, and I have somebody, when I worked with, this was before I was into futures, I had a guy who his wife picked out a house, right? And it was just a house in a magazine. It wasn't something for sale. They don't even know where it was. Okay, but they were renting an apartment. All right, they were in their late 20s, about to start a family, and he had saved up a little money to trade. And he said, you know what? He took that picture of the house because his wife just really liked it. He framed it and he set it on his desk. And he said, I look at it 50 times a day. So I don't know where that house is. I don't know, et cetera, et cetera. But I want, that's what I want, right? And I want to pay cash for it. And now he was a client at a previous company, so I can't seek people out. We have non-competes and all that stuff. But right before I left, he was getting there. He was making really, really good progress. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, guys, it is time to go to the mailbag. And guys, as always, if you have any questions for the mailbag, feel free to reach out to me on Discord, Trader Matt. And or if you have any questions on that you want to hear answered on this show or anything on any of my offerings, feel free to reach out to me, Matt at TiresiasTrading.com. If you have any questions about Blue Sky accounts or anything like that, please put them in the Q&A section of the Discord. If you have any questions about your personal account with Blue Sky or any billing issues and stuff, please go to the website bluesky.pro, click on the little speech bubble in the lower right hand corner, and the great customer support team here at Blue Sky will take care of you. So yeah, money isn't happiness, but money provides memories and freedom, adventures, and for me, family time. Chris, that's it. You just nailed it. Right. Honestly, guys, if you're somebody with with young kids, put a picture of them on your desk. You probably already do, or I'm sure you got 100 pictures on your phone, like everyone does, right? I don't have any kids. My sister just had her first, so my little niece, and she's been around 6 weeks now, and I think there's been 5,000 pictures or something like that, right? Okay, first-time parents, it's cute. There's a little app that we share everything on, so she's adorable. But so if you're somebody who has a couple of kids, don't put their picture on your phone. Print one out, put it on your desk, and say, "This is what I'm trading for. This is what I'm working towards." Give these kids a great future, whatever that means, whatever that looks like to you. That's not for me to say. They're not my kids, but whatever you want, hey, I want them to be able to go through college and not go into debt, or, I got a son, he's 16. He's really hands on with stuff. I want to put him through mechanic school or trade school or whatever, where he can get out and start earning, whatever the case may be. Right. Those are Chris, you hit it right on the head with family time. Yeah, so, and Makar's getting into the other side of this. It's freedom, but this feels painful every time you fail. First of all, guys, I want to say this. Now, I'm here doing a show for Blue Sky, which is one of the virtual, these virtual prop firms out there. Okay, a lot of them out there. I don't know that any of them have the clear, I say clearest path to a live brokerage account, guys. I didn't, that came from me. They didn't tell me to say that because I researched a lot of them, and it's really the truth. Okay. But at the same time, one of the disadvantages of these prop firms is they give you these arbitrary, you pass an eval and you're the best trader in the world. You fail one and you suck, right? And that's really not the case. Almost everyone who goes into this is going to fail in a count or two. There's nothing. If you fail your first 3 evals, you know what that makes you? A regular trader, right? That's just it is what it is. Okay, there's no problem with that. Now, if you fail 20, 30, now we got to have a conversation. We got to start adjusting what you do, right? But, don't assume just because it shouldn't be a new pain point every time you fail an evaluation, right? Because you probably would have ended up losing a lot more money had you, as opposed to spending $500 on evals. If you had gotten an account with $50,000 in it, maybe you lose 30 grand of it, right? So you're losing a lot more money. So, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying there, Makar, but it's